Good evening everyone, my name is Gaurav Kumar Jain and I welcome you on this amazing channel named Geeks for Geeks School. So in this tutorial we guys are going to work on sensors, right? We'll be checking how can we use sensors on Tinkercad platform and how can we make them functional using the coding facility available on Tinkercad platform. So before we dive into the platform, I would first like to tell you about this amazing course which we guys have come up with. So this course is based on App Lab, and if you want to learn how you can develop mobile applications, if you want to learn how you can develop user interfaces for mobile applications, then this course is for you. Right, so that's the web page which we have designed on which you can find the information related to this course, right? And if you are not able to see this URL of the web page, you can check the description section where we have given the URL also, and with that URL there is a promo code also which you guys can use and avail a very good discount on the total course fee, right? So that's the web page. When you will come down over here, you'll find everything written, whatever we will cover in the online coding classes that we'll provide to you in this course. So what is mobile applications, what are the different components required for creating user interfaces, then how we can design a good user interface, how we can make the user interface more interactive by adding coding to it, what are multi-screen applications and how can we create multi-screen applications. So that's what we will teach you. And coming down over here we have a button, so if you'll click on this button, so automatically a new tab is going to open up, to which we have linked a PDF file in which all the 18 topics that will be covered in the online coding classes are given. Right, so these are the 18 topics that we will cover, and besides that there is going to be a lot more fun. You will get to interact with students who are from different countries, different states, so that is also going to be a very beneficial thing for all of you. Your thinking skills, your problem solving skills are definitely going to develop in this course, and mainly we'll focus on the visualization part. Our main aim is to teach you how you can visualize things, right? Because that's the key thing. If you really want to develop something new, you have to have the idea, you have to have the pictures of everything, clear pictures of everything, with the help of which you can make a good plan. A good plan will definitely help you in making a new thing, and that is going to be a revolutionary thing, right? It can make you successful in your life, definitely. And this course has gained, it has become very popular just because of this affordable pricing that we have kept for per seat for this course. So if you want to avail it, you can avail it in this price, right? And you want to get a good discount, you can take help of the promo code which is there in the description section. The only thing that you have to do is you have to log in, you have to register yourself for this course, and then you can start taking the class. Now if suppose you want to go for some bigger things like artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science or website development, then we have courses for each and everything. Geeks for Geeks is today into each and everything. We can help you guys with best of the best mentors. They have extraordinary knowledge, they have amazing experience, and they are ready to share their experience with you guys, right? You want to learn something related to data science, how you can work on data science, how you can capture the data insights using matplot library or Python, right? So we have the mentors who are ready to provide you with the professional experience they have gained, right? So if you want to avail the facilities which we are providing right now to the students, then you guys can go ahead, check out the courses present on the main website of Geeks for Geeks. If you find something interesting and appealing, Don't waste the time, straight away dial the number, get your queries sorted out, get in touch with one of our executives, get your queries sorted out, and avail the course that you think is going to change your life completely, right? And once you will once you will get associated with us, definitely you will never regret, right? You are going to take away many things from all the courses. Every course we have put in a lot of effort. Fine, so definitely you're not going to regret, and you will learn lot of things from the courses that we guys are providing to the students right now. Now let's come on Google this platform named Tinkercad, and let's dive into what we all are here for. So we guys are going to talk about sensors, how can we use them, and how can we make them functional using simple coding. So today the circuit that I am going to make, that we together will make, is going to be very simple. It's not going to be very hard, right? And for accessing that virtual environment on which we can create the circuits, we have to first click on the circuits, and then we can simply click on this create new circuits option for accessing that environment. We all know about it, right? So that's the platform I was talking about. Okay, now the first thing that I require is an Arduino board, of course. So for getting that, I need to change it to all, so that all the components can be visible to us over here in this navigation pane, and then simply I can type Arduino over here, and that's the circuit that I want. That's the board which I want. Right, it's Arduino Uno R3. And the students who are new on this platform and they think that they will not be able to understand these electronic circuits related thing, I would request you to please check the very first tutorial which I showed on this platform, in which I've explained every single thing related to the basics of this Tinkercad platform. Right, once you are done with that, definitely you are going to enjoy this platform a lot, and you will be able to understand each and everything whatever I am teaching you guys. So it's better if you will just check out the first tutorial, and then you can come on these advanced things that I am teaching right now. Fine. Okay, I'm putting it over here. Now we want a breadboard with the help of which we can create a complete circuit. So for getting that breadboard, it's very simple. The way we typed Arduino over here, in the same way we can type breadboard or bread, and that's the one I'm looking for. Breadboard small. I'm putting it over here. You have to just drag and drop it. Fine, it's the play of drag and drop. Okay, so we have this breadboard with us. We have this Arduino Uno R3 board with us. Now let's connect this Arduino Uno R3 board with this breadboard. So as you guys know very well, this 5 volt has to be connected to this positive terminal, and this ground point we can connect it with this negative terminal, right? So we'll use this black wire for connecting the ground point to the negative terminal of the breadboard, and we'll use the red wire for connecting the 5 volt pin. Sorry, I need to change the color. Color, by the way, doesn't matters, but for my convenience I use this black wire for this negative terminal, and for this live for live wire I use red color wire for live connection. That's it. Okay, so here we go. We can take this way. Yeah, so we have connected this 5 volt pin to this positive terminal, and this ground pin with this negative terminal. Now what's next? We need a sensor. So if I type sensor over here directly, let's see what is going to happen. I If you'll come down, you'll find these two types of sensors. So one is with 3 pins and the second one is with 4 pins. Now if you want to develop a circuit with high efficiency, definitely you should go for this ultrasonic distance sensor having 4 pins. So I am taking this one, drag it, and you can drop it over here. Now what we have to do, we can connect it to this circuit. We can make it the part of the circuit just by connecting it to this breadboard. So I think if I'll connect it over here to this second row, that will be fine. Even if you'll connect it to the first row, then also it is going to work, so no problem in that. Now the next thing we have to understand is there are 4 pins in this sensor. So it is HCSR04 ultrasonic sensor, right? So we have 4 pins over here. The first one is VCC, the second one is Trig, then Echo, then ground, right? So these are the 4 pins. Now to which point we have to connect this VCC pin? So VCC pin has to be connected to the positive terminal, absolutely right. So we can simply click on this and we can connect it with the positive terminal over here. Fine, so successfully we have connected it. Similarly, this ground pin needs to be connected to the negative terminal, absolutely right. The way we connected the ground pin of Arduino with this negative terminal, in the same way we have to connect the ground pin of this ultrasonic sensor also to the negative pin. So here I go, negative. Okay, done with connecting this ground pin with the negative terminal, right? Now the next thing is this Trig and Echo. These are the two things, Trig and Echo. Now let me tell you with the help of a diagram what actually these Trig and Echo do. So that's the diagram with the help of which I would like to tell you the function of these 2 pins. So Trig is used for transmitting the signals, right? Trig is used for transmitting the signal and Echo is used for receiving the signals. Suppose this sensor over here that we have placed on this breadboard, if we'll start the simulation, so automatically it will send some signals. Now if these signals will touch any object, if any object is there, if any object will come in the path of these signals, so what will happen? They will strike. They'll strike to this object and they'll start moving in the opposite direction. Now these signals which have started moving in the opposite direction, so they will be received by the receiver. Now with the help of this sensor will be able to detect the distance at which this object is there from the place where the sensor has been kept, right? So that's how we can use this sensor. Transmitter is Trig is going to work as a transmitter, remember this thing, and Echo is going to work as a receiver. Now you guys have to tell me to which pins of Arduino Uno R3 board do I have to connect these Trig and Echo pins to. Right, so the ball is in your court. Let me check the comment section. Who is going to give the right answer? Let's see. It's a very interesting question and I hope you all will be able to give the right answer. To which pin of Arduino Uno R3 board, to which pins of Arduino Uno R3 board do we need to connect this Trig and Echo pins of this ultrasonic sensor? That's the question. Good evening Nishant, I hope you are doing fine dear. Thank you very much for joining me at this time in this lecture. Chaya Jain, hello dear. Priyansh Srivastav. So Trig digital, you want me absolutely right, dear. There are some digital pins we have right on the top of the Arduino Uno R3 breadboard, but to which pins we can connect them with. So Echo to analog pins and Trig to digital pins. Okay, that's a very good attempt. Is there anyone who would like to attempt this question? And excellent, Priyansh, you attempted this question and it was a good attempt here. So now what we have to do, we have to find out to which pins of this Arduino Uno R3 board we have to connect these two pins, the trig pin and the echo pin. So the answer is very simple. We can connect these two things, these two pins with any of these free pins present on the top of this Arduino Uno Board 3, because we have to give the power to both these pins. So now what I am doing, I'm using a green color wire, and let's connect this pin with how about pin number 11? I think that is fine. Then we can connect this one with, I think pin number 10 will be a good option. Yep. Okay, so I am done with creating a complete circuit, right? Let's now see whether it will give us the correct output or not. But before that we have to define the coding part also. So let's come on this coding window. I don't want this code, so I'm removing it. Now the first thing we have to do is we have to define a variable with which we can read the input of the sensor, the output of the sensor, sorry. So we can come on this variables and let's define a variable with name, how about number, or let's say sense. Fine, I've defined a variable with name sense, and now let's come on this set sense to. So I would like to first initialize this variable sense with something. Now what is that something? We can come on this input, and here you'll find couple of options. So from these options we can use this one, read ultrasonic distance sensor, because we are using an ultrasonic distance sensor, right? So we can read ultrasonic distance sensor on trigger pin and echo pin. So here we have to mention the trigger pin to which we have connected the trigger pin. Here we have to mention the Arduino Uno R3 pin to which we have connected the trigger pin of the ultrasonic circuit, ultrasonic sensor. And here we have to mention the pin number of Arduino Uno R3 board to which we have connected the echo pin of ultrasonic sensor. So let's check it out. What is the pin number? So we have connected this trig pin with pin number 11 and this echo pin with pin number 10. Let's define that over here. So for trigger pin we have pin number 11 and for echo pin we have pin number 10. Now what is the distance? Do you want to measure it in centimeter or inches? So let's keep it centimeter only. I don't want to change anything over here. Okay, let's now come on this output part. So we have this input now. Now what should be the output? So for that let's make use of this print command. Print to serial monitor. So I would like it to whatever the output the sensor will produce, I would like to get it reflected in the serial monitor. I will tell you how we can use the serial monitor, but first of all we have to first define the thing that we would like to see getting reflected in the serial monitor. So we can define the distance because it is used for finding the distance, right? So we can come over here on this variable section and simply we can drag and drop the sense block over here. So now whatever the distance will be, it will get reflected in the serial monitor. Let's start the simulation process. to see how the sensor will work. Okay, so here I go. Fine. And as soon as after starting the simulation, I clicked over here. So see, I'm able to see the distance. Right, in centimeter it is 113.4 and in inches it is 44.7. So if I'll change the direction, so the distance will automatically increase. Alright, the distance, if you'll increase the distance, you'll see the changes getting reflected over here also. Now where is that serial monitor? That's the one. Let me first shift it over here. Yeah. Now if I'll click on the serial monitor, you'll see the distances over here, the measure of distances. See, if I'll change the distance now, the value over here, it has now changed. See, it's changing continuously now. Right, so that's how you can play with the sensor. I hope you guys have understood how you can connect the sensor and use it. Now before moving to the next part, I would first like to check the comment section. If I have any queries to answer, I would like to answer them first. And okay, so thanks to you, Priyansh, for attempting the question, dear. It's nice to see people, students like you, who listen to the teachers attentively. Thank you very much, dear, for listening to each and everything properly, whatever have been told by me. Okay, so I hope everything is clear to every one of you. That's the reason I'm not able to see any queries in the comment section, but in case you come across any issue, do let me know. Do put your queries in the comment section so that I can respond to your queries, I can resolve them. Let me stop the simulation process and close this window. Now what I want is, let's connect an LED first. After that I'll tell you how can we make it respond based on the distance which we are measuring with the help of this sensor. So I'm putting this LED over here. So what is this point? It is cathode, right? Just a second. Yeah, so this one is cathode, which means that we have to connect it with the ground pin of this Arduino Uno R3 board, because cathode is a negative pin, right? It is negative in nature and anode is positive in nature, so we have to connect it with some other pin. So here I have connected an LED directly to this Arduino Uno R3 board, and this cathode pin I have connected it with the ground pin of Arduino Uno R3 board, and this anode pin I have connected it with the pin number 30. Now if I will come on this coding part, let's define a code in such a way that if the distance changes, if the distance is greater than, or if it is greater than 200, so the LED should stop glowing. Otherwise, if the distance is smaller than 200, then the LED should glow. So that's how with the help of sensor you can find out whether the LED is glowing or not, or you can make the LEDs function dependent on a sensor, right? The way we use LEDs in our washrooms and in our living area, so we connect them generally with the sensor. As soon as the sensor sends a motion, the LEDs turn on, right? All the LEDs turn on, and that's what we can do with the help of this circuit also. So let's do that quickly. So what I have to do here, let's put a wait first. Wait of, I think, 100 milliseconds will be fine. Yes, 100 milliseconds wait, and then we can define an if control statement over here. Now we have to first check the distance. So the distance is going to come in this sense named variable. For that we can make use of this mathematical operator, and that's the one I was looking for. So if the distance at any point of time is smaller than what? Is smaller than 200, then what should happen? The LED's state I would like to see the LED on. So LED's state should be high. If it is high, it means that LED will be on. Now let's put a wait of 1 second over here. Okay. Now otherwise what should happen? So I think instead of using this if loop, it's better if I use the if else control statement. So that's the one I would like to use. It's a better choice, I think. So I'm putting it over here, and let's duplicate this code and let's put it in the else part. So else, if this condition is not true, so what should happen? The LED should go low. Its state should change to low. Right, now let's start the simulation process and see what is going to happen. So if I'll start the simulation process, okay, so we need to first click on this to measure the distance. Okay, the LED is glowing, it means the distance is less than 200. As you can see, it is, let me show it to you in the serial monitor. I think that will be a better choice. Yeah, so here the distance is 166, around 166, and if I'll now change this to, if I'll change the distance to, if it is more than 200, the moment it will become more than 200, the LED, you can see it has stopped glowing. If I'll change it to again something smaller than 200, see the LED is glowing right now. Okay, the moment the distance will become greater than 200, the LED will stop glowing. So that's the magic of sensor. Right, it will stop glowing, it will not glow. See, right now the distance is 336 centimeter and it has stopped glowing. Fine, so that's the sensors which we generally use in our living room, in our washrooms, etc. Okay, let me check the comment section if I have any queries to answer. Definitely I would like to answer those queries first. I hope you guys liked this circuit a lot. If you do like this circuit, please do not forget to like and share this video in your groups. Priyansh, for this 3-terminal ultrasonic sensor, you can check the next lecture. Don't worry, I'll shoot one lecture on this 3-terminal also, dear. Okay. And thanks to you for being there with me throughout the tutorial. Nishant, Kumar, Chaya, Priyansh. Really liked the way you guys supported throughout the lecture. And I hope you all will definitely share and like this lecture. Please do share it in your group so as to make it reach the maximum students possible, so that they can also come and join our channel and enjoy these free online coding classes which we are providing. Right, so let me just show you again whatever I have done till now. We are almost done. So these are the various things I used for creating this virtual circuit, this complete virtual circuit. So there is an Arduino Uno R3 board. Then I connected this Arduino Uno R3 board with this breadboard over here. I used the same process which I used in the previous lecture. I then took a ultrasonic sensor of 4 pins. I connected it to the breadboard, and then I connected this ultrasonic, all the pins of this ultrasonic sensor to this breadboard and to this Arduino Uno R3 board. Then I took an LED and put it over here. Now that's the code which I've defined for this complete circuit. Let me just close it. Yeah, that's better. If you're not able to see the code, let me increase the size of this so that the code can be more visible to you. So that's the whole code. So I defined a variable named sense in which the trigger pin and the echo pin, whatever distance they will measure, whatever distance the ultrasonic sensor will measure is going to get saved. Now the distance we can print it with the help of this print to serial monitor block. Okay, everything will be printed in this serial monitor block over here. Now there's a wait of 100 milliseconds, and after that what will happen, this if control statement will check whether the value of sense is smaller than 200 or it is greater than 200. Based on that, it will change the state of the LED, right? So that's the code which I have defined, on which right now this circuit is working. So this circuit is working right now, and you're not able to see this LED glowing, maybe because the distance is greater than 200, right? Let me just bring this object down over here. Yes, we can see this LED glowing, and here if you'll see this in this serial monitor, we can see the graph also getting created. So that's the that's the advantage of using the serial monitor. We get to see the values also, and we get to see the graph also. See, now it is 121. So based on these values, the graph is getting formed. If I'll now change the value over here, if I'll change the distance, so the graph will change. See, the graph has changed. If I'll change the distance, if I'll increase it, see, the graph has again changed. If I'll change it, if I'll reduce the distance, the graph went down. Okay, so that's how you can make use of this serial monitor. Okay, so that's it from my side in this lecture, and classes will provide you under this course, right? And in case you come across any issue, you have any queries, so you guys can contact us anytime on the given phone number. You can also check out the other courses which we guys are offering to the students right now on the main website of GeeksforGeeks. You are definitely going to like each and every course, and if you find something suitable for you, so you can quickly decide and avail that course, right? Try to link with us. Definitely you're not going to regret. Thank you very